Hey guys, Drifter here. Today I've got a video for you about the second mode in Call of Duty's new Warzone free-to-play Battle Royale massive battle expansion pack thing that launches today. And I do want to clarify that this is free-to-play. You can download it and play it right now. Plunder mode is all about mercenaries stealing the spoils or plunder of war. When we played it at Infinity Ward, thank you guys for flying me out, it was called Payback, but it's since been renamed Plunder. And the spoils of war in this case is cash. It takes place on the same full Battle Royale map with 150 players, which is a pretty colossal number for this kind of mode. The map timer is set to 30 minutes, and the team with the most cash at the end wins, or whoever hits $1 million first. In most cases, one team hit $1 million. There are unlimited respawns in this mode, so you can play as aggressive or stupid as you want. You can die, you can kill yourself, you can do anything, and you'll keep coming back in relatively consequence-free, except that you'll lose some of your money. You also spawn in with whatever create a class item you want, so it's kind of like getting your drop kit from Warzone just for every single life, so pretty much everybody's going to be stacked, and there's no scavenging for new guns or equipment unless you just really want to. I mean, it's already kind of baked into the map. That's optional, but you'll probably already have better stuff, and you earn cash exactly the same way as Battle Royale, but on a much crazier scale. It's almost like 10x whatever you would earn from Battle Royale. You get cash from looting the map, from looting boxes. You get cash, you're just instantly rewarded for killing enemies. You can take the cash from said dead enemies. There's the scavenger contracts, the domination, or I think they're called intel contracts, assassination challenges, and a lot of different ways to earn money. When you die, you lose half of your money. It goes away pretty quickly, and after you amass enough cash, or roughly about after 5 minutes has passed on the map, 4 giant Chinook helicopters will fly in from the corners, and they're all going to park at different randomized locations. There's like, I don't know, 20 or 30 different total drop-off zones, and it'll pick 4 at random. And the way this works is that you can go to these drop-off points and deposit your cash into the chopper so that it can't be lost when you die. That way no team can take your money and it is safe forever in the bank. The idea is that the chopper drop-off zones will be very, very hot and teams will have to fight to secure them, and it'll just be an absolute madhouse there. The top 3 teams have a big red circle around them, or I should say around the general area that they're in. It's like a pretty big 200 or 300 meter radius, and that way you know if you're in an area where a top team is, and a top team should have a lot of cash on them. So the idea is you can go to the red zone, so this is a big red thing, and fight the top players and try and kill them and take their loot and get it out. But if you take all their loot, you might become the top player. If you are the top player, everybody's going to be coming for you, or you can avoid the red zones and loot. It's sort of an informational game. It adds a little extra challenge on top. And finally, you can buy streaks and other things in this mode the same as you can in Battle Royale, but there isn't as much of a reason to. Maybe streaks can be kind of helpful, especially for clearing out drop-off points, but not so much other things. Like, there's no reason to buy ammo and armor and stuff like that, because you're going to be recycling your lives so incredibly quickly. Most teams don't buy anything. Most of them just hoard the cash and try to deposit as much as possible, as fast as possible. In theory, this is a very aggressive, very fast-paced, resource-driven kind of mode. It should play a lot like Battlefield Hardline or like the Cops and Robbers mode that Blackout had. Crazy vehicle chases, people running off with your loot and helicopters, big sniper battles, giant, insane large-scale battles, kind of like ground war in regular Modern Warfare. Or maybe something like a much, insanely bigger scaled version of Black Ops 4's heist mode. You should be out there slaying it out, duking it out, fighting as hard as you can, murdering people, working with your team to secure a drop point and hope to drop off some loot, making mad dashes for challenges and deposit points. And it should be really awesome in theory, but unfortunately in practice I did not like this mode, and to me it never played in a way that was particularly fun. It may have been the people that I was playing with, it may have been that we were completely unfamiliar. When you go to Infinity Ward or any studio, you're just kind of thrown in. You'll get a little presentation on what's coming, and then you're just kind of thrown in and you don't really know the meta of anything or how it's... What we played probably won't look anything like how this is going to look in a month once people know what they're doing. But at the end of the day, I didn't have fun with it. What ended up happening almost immediately is I got stuck in infinite revenge loops, in that we would land and we would kill like 2 people of an enemy squad, and then we'd go try to find the last guy, and the last guy would kill one of us, and then we'd kill him, and then the other 2 people respawned above us and are parachuting down, fully loaded, coming to get revenge and get the money, and you end up with staggered deaths because after you kill somebody, they can respawn very quickly on top of you. With the increased health and the increased, like, you just come in with ammo and everything, it's pretty difficult to actually loot bodies after you kill them. You're pretty much going to kill a guy and then turn around and look to see if you can pick somebody out of the air. And then you're just trading kills with your team and their team, and every kill generates a bit of cash, so the pool that you're fighting over gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Unfortunately, the way it's set up, unless your team is just hands down better or better coordinated, there's not really a way to escape from all of this. Most teams, myself and my team included, got stuck in a loop of infinite revenge kills that just was not particularly fun. There were issues of people landing on otherwise inaccessible buildings just to kind of snipe you out for funsies. They would just get up at the top of water towers or church steeples or things that don't have ladders or the ability for you to climb to. Maybe you get there with a helicopter, and they'd be completely inaccessible and just hammer you over and over and over and over again with a sniper rifle, and very little you can do about it. If you do kill them, because you can just pick a sniper rifle and respawn somewhere nearby, and you can honestly just drop in behind them and counter snipe them, but then you can't loot them because they're on top of an area that's inaccessible that you can't climb to. It's kind of frustrating. Lots of times when you would kill people, you would just never even think about looting them because there'd be so many teams in one area and other chaos is unraveling. There's pretty much no hope. The drop-off chopper idea kind of worked though, and that does help organize the fight. The teams that actually want to win and not just troll and cheese for kills do fight over the drop-off points to drop off the money, but not entirely. Instead of, say, 150 players duking it out over this one hot drop-off point, there's going to be about 30 people at each chopper just sniping and some randoms wandering around avoiding the fight. And what people like to do is they try to snipe everybody that wants to deposit cash or call in streaks on the cash deposit zone, or smokes are pretty common, but they got less so when everybody started running thermals. And you'll never really be able to control one fully. Even if you go to a zone and you just slay out and get 25 kills in a row, those people are going to be back in less than 15 seconds. So you have to make mad dashes to deposit that money and get it in there as fast as possible, and then you'll probably die. So you just throw in everything you've got. It's kind of like playing a 30-man free-for-all in your own little section of the BR map. And I embarrassingly have to admit that I kind of gave up on this mode pretty early. I'm sure that the Redditors and the people that do not like Battle Royale are immediately going to determine that I am literally Satan incarnate because I wasn't feeling it. But I wasn't feeling it. I found it to be even more casual than Ground War. Plunder overall felt like a meaningless slaughter, kind of like Battle Royale's version of Shipment. I do think that there's an opportunity that super casual players might really enjoy this mode because it's low pressure, it's not as high stakes as BR, it's not as sweaty, it's not as crazy. They can do things in this mode without getting crapped on like they would in BR because the positioning is not as important. You get all your loot, good to go. There's a lot of chaos to take advantage of. And I do think that there are going to be some very fun runs to be had. I think, you know, like the Carnage guys and some of the really kind of sweaty pub stomping clans are going to play this mode and rack up an absurd amount of kills or deposit all the money in a very short period of time, but I don't think there's going to be a lot of that. I don't know. There's also the possibility that maybe we YouTubers are just ill-adapted to this kind of gameplay. We didn't know what we were doing. We didn't have enough time to prepare. We didn't truly find the meta, so to speak. We were out of our element. Maybe we, including I, just didn't know what I was doing and we were playing wrong and making it unfun for ourselves. I think I asked around and I don't think a lot of people had a super positive opinion about this mode. And what I'll say about it is that I loved the Battle Royale. The Battle Royale content, which I covered yesterday and which I'll be streaming primarily today and working on, probably stuff for tomorrow on, was fantastic. The Battle Royale is a fantastic mode. I plan to play it a bunch, make a lot of content for it. It's going to be really fun. But for me, Plunder is not. For me, Plunder is probably just going to be to warm up my shot before playing Battle Royale. I'll probably sit down and play a mode of Plunder just to duke it out and kind of get used to my drop kit guns and just be comfortable with the map and the weapons and be like, okay, you know, now I'm nice and warmed up and I can go play Battle Royale. I don't expect to be playing a lot of Plunder, and I don't expect a lot of you to play it either, but I don't want to discourage you from at least trying it. It's literally free. It's something new that they've been working on. I know they're proud of it. I know they worked hard on it, and I think that you guys should at least play 3, 5, 10 games and judge it for yourself, and let me know if you like it or not, and if you want me to cover content on it. Maybe you guys will find the meta and change it up and make it more fun for everybody, whereas us horrible, awful, nasty, killhorn YouTubers will not. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something useful about the new mode. It's literally free to play to download, I think now, if not very shortly from the time this video goes live. If you enjoyed, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. And for the end of the video, since I have a 30-minute content embargo, what I'm going to do is just play the other 20 some odd minutes of Plunder gameplay so you can see it just raw, live, unedited, and judge for yourself. Drifter out.
Cargo is secure on board. Exfil birds coming out.
Yeah, moving.
Contact, contact.
X-ray spotted.
Flashbang!
I'm back, boys. Let's stitch him up.
I'll drive.
Taking fire!
Contact! Target sighted!
All right. Okay. Move it.
Mark out. I'm going.
Be advised, enemy attack helo is inbound for extraction. Take it down and secure the cache. Enemy cache is 750,000. Put an end to it.
Moving up. Moving up.
Under attack!
Get up, let's bloody go! Back in a fight. Who wants it?
Mark out, going.
I'll drive.
Come on now, you gotta get up.
Ah! I'm hit! I'm on the
Be
way.
advised, the enemy is almost at 1 million in cash.
Get in.
Move
I'll
right
drop.
along. Going in.
I'll ride along. Back to it. Here I come. Back online, coming through.